Hello everybody, my name is Joseph Alai and welcome to my channel. Today I'd like to talk about memories and how the past is the future. Our memories are the future. Um, the reason I bring this up is because who we are is based on our memories, okay? A way to understand this is to kind of look at the patterns that are happening in your life. If you have been experiencing the same negative patterns in your life, whether it be in relationships, money, or anything at all, health, then this is an indication that you have memories in the past that are constantly creating your future. So, first of all, I'd like to explain to you how to manifest whatever it is that you want in this world, anything. What you would do is you would imagine a scene that would exist if and only if your desire had already been fulfilled. Okay, so create a scene after the time of fulfillment, right, when it's already done. And when you do this, you get into a meditative state, a hypnotic state, or a state akin to sleep, as Neville says, and you play that scene in your mind's eye and you repeat it and give it all the sensory vividness of reality, all the tones of reality. So, in other words, if you were now the person that you wanted to be, what would you see? What would you smell? What would you feel like? What would you taste? What would you touch? Who would you be with? When you've done this, when you've outlined this and you play it in your imagination, when your senses are shut off, it impresses it upon your subconscious mind, right? And be sure to enter into this in first person point of view. And if you do this, there is nothing that can stop your manifestation from coming except for yourself, negative thoughts, right? Opposite thoughts, not negative, opposite thoughts. Um, so, again, feeling is the thing which impresses upon the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is God. And when we do this, we will experience it in our awareness. A bridge of incidents will unfold and will lead us to the end. There's no telling when, there's no telling how. And it's never up to us to decide how it's going to happen. All that can do is limit the possibilities, right? But with that said, that's the only requirement for manifesting. And we've always done this since the moment we were born, moment to moment, every moment, up until now and forever, right? So when it comes down to these repetitive cycles of life where we are experiencing negative things, like for me, I used to be stuck in dead end jobs. I used to think money was hard to get. I was impoverished and I did not believe that I was worth what I could have been worth, right? Or what I didn't believe that I was worth making the amount that I thought I should be making, right? And so over and over, forever and ever, since the time I was first getting a job until a few years ago, I would keep getting dead end jobs. They would pay me nothing. I would be miserable. I would feel like I had to work really hard, and then I would just either quit or get fired. And this happened over and over. And in my relationships, I would date women um, who were like not good for me, right? Arguing, fighting, things of this nature over and over and over again. It would always end up bad. And so what ended up happening in the end was I came upon these teachings and I kind of looked at what it takes for an imaginal act to happen. And it's just to feel the feeling as if it's already happened, right? Believe that I've already received it and I will, right? That's what it says in the Bible. That is what a memory is. A memory, you feel like it really happened. It like because it did happen. You give it all the sensory tones of vividness and reality, right? And these cycles repetitively manifest over and over and over and over again and will forever manifest until we go in and stop these things and change these things. And so there's a couple ways to do this. The first way, which is the natural way, the way in which people do it um, without knowing how to manifest is that they conquer the thing that is harming them, right? Whether it be to make a decision to change, right? Build up confidence in yourself and just do something differently, right? Which is not always possible, right? Some of these things we have tried to do this, right? But in the times that I have done it, which is in the case of a job, um, it was like I just made a decision, a firm decision within myself. I didn't know I was manifesting this at this time, right? And and then eventually, the thing that I changed my personality to become, or in other words, I believed that I was worth a certain amount, and then immediately things changed, and that cycle changed, and now it's been ascending ever since, right? Um, so what we want to do then, that's the natural way, right? The second way, which is the way that I'm about to explain, is revision, right? Revision is going into the scene in your imagination, the scene which is causing this pain, and we're going to revise it, right? That's what I've done this with so many things, and it's drastically changed my entire life, right? One of the greatest things I've ever done is go back in my history and make a list of everything that I have resentments against, everyone that harmed me, everyone that I've harmed, everything that I've been afraid of. I write these things down. I write the nature. I write who's done it or who it's against, the nature of it, what it affected. Right? Did it affect my self-esteem, my money, my relationships, whatever? And then what I've done after that is contemplate what is it in me that has caused that pain? What is it that has allowed me to suffer based on these things, right? Whether it be I assume that I'm not worth a lot, right? Or I believe that people are going to be cheating on me. Whatever the case may be, whatever it is, that thought that's alive in me, right? So I can attach it to something. So I have something concise and clear that I know is creating this thing, right? Because all things that manifest must manifest based on an assumption that exists inside of us, right? And when I do that, then I can go through each one systematically, which is what I've done, and I revised any scenario that I came upon, right? I went through each one and briefly or longer, depending on the nature of the thing that bothered me, and I will revise it, which means the person whom betrayed me, right? I go in and I imagine a peaceful exit or something that is not negative, something that isn't going to harm me, right? Something that's positive so that I can draw on that positive experience in the future and have it create my future, right? Because our memories are in a constant state of creating our future, right? When a memory pops into our mind, it's the perfect imaginal act. And so it's very likely to manifest, right? So what we want to do is neutralize these things or switch them to something positive so then we can then, and this is what happens, right, with revision. Generally speaking, if I revise a situation in the past, an event in the future will unfold that will prove to me or prove to you the thing that I have imagined. So if I had gotten into an argument with someone, which this has happened, someone that I know and I hadn't known, and after the argument, I had not spoken to them in about 7 years. And I went into my imagination and I revised the argument and I made it peaceful and just as if it didn't happen. But I literally, it's not to, like, we can't just say that it didn't happen, right? Meaning, you can't unsee the thing that you've seen, but what we can do is change it. We can change it. And so I changed it to a peaceful ending and just see you later type of thing, right? That's how it ended. And the next day, I got a message from that person whom I didn't speak to in about 7 years. And it was as if nothing happened, right? So it made that imaginal act true that I had imagined, right? In this reality, a bridge of incidents unfolded to make that event true. So that's what I'm talking about here. So if we go back and all those pains, those painful relationships, the people that have harmed us, the things we're afraid of, the people we've harmed, all those things are weight on us, and they are memories that are continuously being generated over and over. And so we've got to go back and clear these out, right? And when we do this, it frees us from that negative, from those negative thoughts and feelings that continuously pop up in our mind, right? Because we can't wish it away. We can't just push it away and run away, because all it wants to do is it's going to keep replaying, right? It just is going to keep replaying. So we've got to face it and alter it. And when we do this, it will change everything. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope that really helps you and gives you an idea that memories are the things that are creating this reality. If you've seen these patterns in your life, then do something about it and just put it to the test, right? Test this on everything. So if you like this, please hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, and stay tuned for more. And go to sovereignmind.com. Thank you.